Good morning, TCM. It is a little cold out today, but that doesn't stop us from putting out tutorials. So, what we are working on today is our climb up. Now, if you watched last week's video, which was a wall run, both sideways and up and down, then you'll know some of the drills that we're already going to be going in through today, but we're gonna go over them today for our climb ups anyway, because it's a different skill, and chances are you guys probably didn't watch that last video anyway. So what we're gonna be going over today is our climb ups, like I said earlier. But what about our climb ups are we going to be working on? We're gonna be working on getting our chest higher, how to pull, where to pull, when to pull. Is it just arms? Is it legs? We're gonna be going over everything I can think of about climb ups, how to do them, how to make them more efficient. So make sure you stick around for the whole video, watch to the very end. And if you enjoy our content, make sure you give us a like for that thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up here, because it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. So if you've already liked the video, make sure you comment something down below. Let me know what you would like to see in the future. If you like the content, if you don't like the content, what about the content do you like? What about the content don't you like? And if you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe. We finally reached over 300 subs and I'm pretty happy about it. So thanks. All right, so climb ups. First things first, we gotta have a wall to climb up onto, right? Now, climb ups are extremely useful and very much overlooked for parkour because they're not fun. Like, anybody who says they like climb ups is lying to you. I mean, that's obviously not true. Like, I like climb ups. Anyway, I'm just not very good at them. Climb ups are one of the more difficult moves to work on, and when we do them, and we do them correctly, they can also be one of the most pleasing moves for me personally to watch, because you just see them, boom, they get up to half cat or mantle or front support, whatever you want to call it, and they get up there and it's quick and looks so good, it looks so efficient, and you can just tell that they put a lot of work into it. So when a climb up is done correctly, I think it looks amazing. I would rather watch somebody do a bunch of climb ups than watch somebody do a bunch of flips. So how do we do it? We are going to start with our hand placement. Now, hand placement for me currently is going to be a bit easier than something that you might have yourself, because hopefully that guy isn't going the whole time, because it's gonna be loud and annoying. Can't you see I'm trying to film a YouTube video here? If we go over here, does that help? All right, well, that actually did help a lot. Cool. So, this is why. So if we take a look at the other side of this wall here, you see how my hand can grip all the way through. Chances are, you're probably gonna be stuck like this, with your hands like this, because you don't have a small wall to grip your fingers on the other side. So this wall is very much a cheat code for doing climb ups. And it'd be the same thing if you have a bar to grab. And the reason being, it makes it so much easier. And the reason that it makes it easier is just because of the type of grip that you have. You know, I know I'm solid, I know I'm not going anywhere. I'm used to gripping things like this all the time, like from growing up, you know, from like weightlifting, this is how I grip. But what I rarely do is grip like this. And I don't say rarely, I just mean like, because I do it all the time, because I do climb ups. But this grip, which we're gonna do, I'm gonna demonstrate today, is significantly harder. I don't know specific grip names, but like this, just that little curve difference makes a huge, huge, huge noticeable difference in your climb ups. So if you are struggling with climb ups, it's mostly a strength thing. But if you want to learn how it feels to go from cat all the way up to climb up, then find a wall or a bar or something that you can grip your fingers on the other side, make it a bit easier for you to do the climb up. All right, so let's just start with what a climb up looks like. I'm gonna have to set you guys down right over here. So enjoy the view of Hercules and myself. I'm in my cat grab, okay? Boom, here's my cat grab. Now, when you're in your cat grab, you want to drop one leg low and keep one leg in the medium. Now, if you've seen my cat to cat or my cat to anything, my advanced cat grab tutorial, then you'll know that I teach low foot, medium foot, high foot. Now that same concept applies here. You're gonna keep 1 foot low, 1 foot medium, and then your low foot is going to drive high up to your chin, and you're gonna try to knee yourself in the chin. So maybe it's not as much of a cheat code as I would like it to be, but it still makes it ridiculously easy, especially with bold shoes. I should have switched my shoes before I did this. Anyway, so what you'll notice there is that I have my low foot and it's driving up. I'm trying to get my knee above my belly button. And when I do this, that's going to actually make it easier for me to drive and pull with my arms, because I'm lifting a portion of my body up just with my knee, right? So I'm driving my knee up as hard as I can. I'm driving it so hard, as a matter of fact, that it's actually lifting me up off the air as I push with my other foot too. Now, that's the goal with the climb up. Now, when you do this, it's not like a pull-up, okay? I know people who have a really, really strong pull-up game, but their climb up game is weak. So what I mean by it's not like a pull-up is you don't wanna go like chin to the wall. It's actually more like a muscle up. You want to come away from the top of the wall so you can actually pop and pull your hips to the top, and that's how you want to think of your climb up. Now, when you're doing this, okay, the knee drive does a really good job at spacing your chest away. But in this case, if you watch my climb up, I am leaning over a little bit, and that's because I came out and I just didn't warm up, and I just started doing them for you guys because I need to get this tutorial out. So I'm a little cold and have a wonky wrist from a few months ago. So it kind of hurts. Excuses aside though, that could be better. So let me see if I can get a proper climb up for you guys where I just pop right up. Hopefully my feet don't slip. There we go. That was a good one. All right, so that's what a good climb up should be. Now, I didn't have my other foot on the wall because this is just a slippery wall, and if I put my other foot on the wall, my top foot is gonna start slipping a little bit, and I didn't want that, so I just drove my knee. But the concept is there, all right? So I have my low foot drives high. When I pull the wall, I'm not trying to pull it to my chest so I can get my chest over. I'm actually just trying to pull it to my hips. So when I go and I step, this right here drives, and I'm trying to get it straight to my hips so I don't have to chest over and then press, because that's slower. So if you can compare the two, my first couple of climb ups where I drop my chest through and then stand tall versus this one is significantly faster. So as I do this, that's all there really is to climb ups. Like, you know, hands on top, drive your knee, pull it to your hips, not to my chest, because if you drop that chest over, you have to then bring it back up regardless to get your feet through. So let me do one more for you guys. Hi. So again, this wall is kind of cheating. So let's find a wall where I'm not cheating. Wow. Before I go though, I got a couple of drills for you. One other common mistake, this one's kind of a niche one, but it is huge if you're doing this mistake, and it's not driving your knee either A, hard enough, or high enough, B, high enough, right? Or the timing of your arm pull and your knee drive are desynced. Here's what I mean, right? So if I'm on the wall here and I decide to do a chin up basically and drive my knee afterwards, it's not gonna be as efficient, right? So here, you see how kind of slow that was, right? Now the exact opposite is true. My knee drive and then my arm pull, not as efficient. So, doesn't even worse than the other one, right? So you wanna really make sure that you initiate the pull and the knee drive at the same time to try to get the most optimal efficiency, I guess, power. Now, a good way to drill this is your goal is to try to get your belly button above whatever it is that your hands are holding. My belly button is right about here. So I'm going to try to get as much of my upper body to my belly button above that line. If you can get more, great. Here's the drill. You're just gonna hang in your cat grab and you're just gonna do the knee drive and pull with your arms and try to get your belly button as above this arm as high as possible, right? So here's what it looks like. So I'm on a popcorn wall, so my feet are a little slippery, but the goal is to try to not touch the floor after you do your knee drive. One more time. So the goal would be to also do it on both legs, so you don't just get one really, really strong leg, because you may need to turn the other direction. So make sure you're turning both ways on this. So you're gonna notice that my right foot goes from low to high, and then my left foot goes from low to high. I'm gonna do that about 2 or 3 times. So. There we go. So that's a bit more of what it should look like. All right, now let's find a wall that I can actually do a climb up on properly without having the cheat code in place. Now, nothing about this changes. It just is a bit more difficult because I don't have the overgrip. The overgrip just gives you tons more leverage. You're able to pull your body up and over more with an overgrip than with whatever the heck grip this is. So I don't know, I'm not a rock climber. I don't know like the crimp grips and the pinch grips and the squeezes and the thingamadingers. It's just how you grab the wall. Now, one small tip that did help me, that a friend of mine told me a long time ago, is that when you're doing your climb ups, I used to just grab the wall like this, and then he told me to actually place my thumb over my index finger like this. And ever since then, because I've been able to squeeze down on my index finger to help squeeze the wall, and ever since then, like climb ups have gotten a bit easier. So you don't have, like you can use all the little advantages that you can get. So if you can squeeze with your thumb as well, like by all means, squeeze with your thumb. So this is how. What the heck? Did you guys see that? A fly just went straight into my face. If you can get your thumb on top of your index finger, great. If not, don't sweat it. But it does make it a bit easier than this because this is just kind of dead hanging weight now versus keeping on top. What you guys can't see is that the top of this wall is actually dome-ish, so it's rounded at the top. So it's actually gonna be fighting against me. So this is gonna be much, much, much harder than the overgrip that I showed you guys before. Try not to learn climb ups on these type of walls. Here, I'll show you, hold on. Hi, dude. So you can kind of see this dome-ish a little bit here. So it is kind of flat, but it's not as flat as I would like it to be. Like this edge isn't as sharp. So it's a little bit harder than it's supposed to be. So try not to learn on a dome-ish wall like that, but if you can find like a true flat, sharp edge wall, that would be ideal. I'm so bad. So I actually had to overgrip on that one. I'm telling you guys, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me personally, these dome walls are just so much harder because I feel like I'm just gonna fall right off the entire time. So I promise dome walls are much harder than they need to be. So when you're learning your climb ups, don't do them on like dome walls like that. Let's see if I can find something else, and then I'll have a friend of mine who has really, really good climb ups. I have him send me some clips of him doing some climb ups, and just, immaculate tech, it's perfect. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that rather than show you guys my terrible climb ups because they're not good at all. I also don't know if I can find a wall around here that doesn't have a dome lift. So I'll be right back. My camera's about to die. I don't want to keep filming with it being about to die and not be able to get the content that I need. So I'll be back when I find a wall. So it looks like I have a couple of friends who are willing to send me their clips of them doing a climb up so I don't have to, thankfully. So enjoy these clips of them. All right, so one thing that I forgot to touch on is where to place your foot on the wall. Now, when you're on the wall, this is gonna be a little different depending on like how high the wall is, but like, you know, because if you have less room, then obviously you have to be like higher up with your foot. But for like a general wall, you want your foot to be about where your belly button is. That right there is the last thing that I forgot to touch on. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have a nice, right, so you can see the difference here. I have a nice flat wall here for you guys. So I'm gonna try to do my climb up here. I'm gonna show you guys the difference between like a rounded wall and a not rounded wall. So hopefully I don't embarrass myself now that I'm cold again. All right, so my camera's about to die. Let's do one more. And real quick, before my camera dies, as far as like where your hand goes, I know there are people who like to have their whole hand up on top when they do this. This is quite awkward for me. I much prefer to hang from here. Now, the only downside to this is hanging a bit lower, is that I have less grip on the wall, which is why like those dome, like overhangs like this are so hard for me, because this is my preferred method here. So take a look at my hand placement. So I'm gonna show one like this. And then I'm gonna show one like this. So this one was a little bit better. It's so weird for me to have this much, and usually out of my cat grabs, I don't actually get this much of my hand on. I'm usually about here. So camera's dead, bye. And that's what we have. So those are the climb up techs. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below about what you would like to learn in the future. And make sure you send us your clips to our Instagram, which is at The Collective Movement. We are happy to help. If you need help on anything, just shoot us a DM, because that's what we're here for. So let us know. Happy Saturday, train safe, and that's it. Bye.